The most powerful story in your life isn't written in books, movies, or history. It's the one you quietly tell yourself every single day. It runs in the background of your thoughts, shaping your decisions, limiting your courage, and quietly deciding how far you believe you can go. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people are living inside a story they never consciously chose. Maybe your story sounds like this: I'm not good enough. Or, people like me don't succeed. Or, it's too late for me now. These aren't facts. They're narratives, stories stitched together from past experiences, failures, fears, and borrowed beliefs. But because you've repeated them long enough, they feel real. They feel permanent. They feel like you. But what if they're not? Think about it. Every major turning point in your life began with a shift in perspective. Not circumstances, perspective. The same event can create two completely different stories depending on how you interpret it. One person sees rejection and concludes, I'm not worthy. Another sees the same rejection and says, this is redirection. Same reality, different story, completely different future. That's the quiet power you've been underestimating. Your ability to rewrite the meaning of your experiences. Your mind is constantly trying to make sense of the world. It takes random events and connects them into a narrative that feels coherent. But the mind isn't always accurate. It's efficient. It prefers familiar patterns over truthful ones. That's why a single failure can spiral into a lifelong belief of inadequacy. Not because it's true, but because it fits a story your mind already recognizes. And the danger: once a story becomes your identity, you start behaving in ways that confirm it. You hesitate. You avoid. You settle. You don't try, not because you can't, but because your story says you shouldn't. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, quietly reinforcing itself with every decision you make. But here's where everything changes. You are not the story. You are the storyteller. And storytellers can rewrite. Rewriting your internal story doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing a more empowering interpretation of the same facts. It means asking better questions. Instead of, why does this always happen to me? You ask, what is this trying to teach me? Instead of, I failed, you say, I learned something I didn't know before. It sounds simple. It almost sounds too simple. But don't underestimate it. The words you use inside your head are not harmless. They are instructions. They shape your emotional state, your confidence, your actions. Change the language, and you begin to change the direction of your life. The first step in rewriting your story is awareness. You have to catch the narrative as it's happening. Notice the patterns in your thoughts. Listen to the way you explain your setbacks. Pay attention to the labels you give yourself. Are you constantly calling yourself unlucky? Average? Not meant for success? These aren't descriptions, they're scripts. And scripts can be edited. Once you become aware, the next step is to challenge the story. Not emotionally, but logically. Ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Or is this just one interpretation? Could there be another explanation that is equally valid but more empowering? For example, if you've been telling yourself, I'm bad at business, pause and examine it. Is it truly a permanent trait, or is it a temporary phase based on limited experience? Maybe the real story is, I'm still learning the skills required to succeed. One shuts doors, the other opens them. And then comes the most important step, replacing the story. Not with blind positivity, but with intentional truth. A story that challenges you but also gives you power. Something like, I may not be where I want to be yet, but I am capable of getting there. This kind of narrative doesn't deny reality, it expands it. Rewriting your story is not a one-time act. It's a daily practice. Because your mind will try to pull you back into old patterns. It will whisper familiar doubts. It will remind you of past failures. But each time you consciously choose a new interpretation, you weaken the old story and strengthen the new one. Over time, something incredible happens. Your actions begin to align with your new narrative. You take risks you once avoided. You speak up when you would have stayed silent. You pursue opportunities you would have dismissed. And slowly, your external reality begins to reflect your internal shift. This is how transformation actually happens. Not in dramatic moments, but in quiet rewrites of the stories we tell ourselves. And here's the most liberating part. Your past does not define your future unless you let it define your story. Every experience you've had, every failure, every setback, every mistake is raw material. You can use it to build a narrative of limitation, or you can use it to construct a story of growth, resilience, and evolution. The choice is yours. Imagine what your life would look like if you truly believed a different story. A story where you are capable, where you are learning, where every setback is a setup for something better, where you are not behind, you are on your own timeline, where your current struggles are not proof of failure, but evidence of progress. That version of you already exists. The only difference is the story you choose to believe. So start small. Catch one negative thought today and rewrite it. Just one. Then another tomorrow. And another the next day. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You just have to begin changing the narrative, one sentence at a time. Because the story you tell yourself today becomes the life you live tomorrow. And if there's one thing worth rewriting, it's that. Now here's your moment. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, what story have you been telling that no longer serves you? And more importantly, what new story are you ready to write? Because the pen has always been in your hands. You just have to start using it. If this message resonated with you, don't let it end here. Share it with someone who needs a new perspective. And more importantly, commit to rewriting your story starting today, because your next chapter is waiting, and it deserves to be written by a stronger, more conscious version of you.